You're listening to Career Ready, and I'm Coach K. Getting you ready for your corporate career. So you've been interviewing for a specific job, and you've made it all the way to the psychometric tests. You're feeling hopeful and enthusiastic that you'll get the job. But this time you don't, and that's okay. I always tell my clients that the worst thing the interview panel can say to you is no. And to be honest, it's not no forever, but rather it's no, not this time. If an organization is willing to invest in you all the way to the final round of interviews, then you must be aware of one thing, that they liked you, and they liked you a lot. But perhaps they just found someone else who performed a bit better than you did, or was a better fit for what they were looking for at that time. Are you aware that the hiring decision isn't always a unanimous decision? So you might have impressed 90% of that panel, but if the decision maker was not, then that could also have cost you the position. There are so many factors that go into that decision that it isn't always about you as a person. I was rejected from the very first job that I applied for, and I was devastated, but I kept the relationship with the recruiter, and 2 weeks later, I was called in for an even better position. So this week, I want us to discuss and hopefully get rid of the awkwardness and anxiety around getting the rejection email or call. We will try to cover the following topic: how to deal with rejection, the one thing you should always do after you receive that rejection notification, and the first thing you should do after each round of interviews. Now let's start with how you can deal with rejection. Here are my 5 do's and don'ts to help you deal with rejection. Number 1, do be honest with yourself. Of course, rejection hurts, so allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, but not for too long, because you do not want to stay in that emotional and mental state. You still have work to do to maintain the relationships you've worked so hard to build to get here. Number 2 is do understand that it's bigger than you. I'm a firm believer that what is yours is yours. I believe that a no is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of another. An opportunity to find the yes that is yours, that will fit you and your goals. So think about adjusting your mindset to understanding how you fit into the greater scheme of things and your purpose, because you will find peace right there in any situation. Number 3, do leave your entitlement at the door. We hear this saying often: no one owes you anything, and it holds true even during an interview process. Just because you interview doesn't mean that you deserve the job, or that it is a promise from the company to give you the job. So remember not to let your feelings of disappointment dictate the way you react in this situation and say something you'll regret later. Number 4 is don't try to change their minds. It is not your job to try and get them to see things differently. They know the choice they made, and they have every right to make the choices that they believe will benefit their teams and organization at any given point in time. And number 5, don't burn your bridges. The interview process is nothing to sneeze at. It is difficult and sometimes a stressful balancing act. You would have established at least a few relationships throughout your journey, from the recruiter to the hiring manager to potential connections. And these relationships are the ones that you want to maintain, keep building, and leverage on for future opportunities. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for joining. You can continue the conversation with me on LinkedIn by following my hashtag QMCareerCoaching, or on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as well at Hello Coach K. Or if you prefer, you can send me an email at info@hellocoachk.com. See you next time.